Hi, welcome back to Mud Island, version 0.2. In today's tutorial, you will learn where to get the 4 different bows: the spider bow, pretty bow, the wing bow, and of course, the best bow, which is called the chaos bow. So the first thing that you need is your 4 different workbench: the spider workbench, pretty workbench, wing workbench, and then the chaos workbench. In case you still don't know where to get them, you can check my tutorial in my channel on where and when to obtain this different workbench. Okay, so first, before we even begin, each of these workbench has a craftable arrows, but all of them require the iron arrow, so you need a lot of iron arrow in this game. You can just craft it here from your default crafting icon here. In order to craft iron arrow, you need feathers and iron ore, which is you can find it on this cave. It's basically mine this and then they will drop the iron. And there you go. Now the next thing that we need are feathers. You can find feathers by killing a birds or by going here on the highland or these dark green zones here. And you can find the turkey. Beating them and picking them up will gonna give you a feather. You need a lot of them also. There you go, that should be enough. Okay, so just open your default crafting tab and then craft a lot of iron arrow. Now it's time to craft our first spider bow. It requires the spider skin and then cobweb, which you can find them inside the spider cave. All you need to do is go here, beat these spiders to get the cobwebs, or just simply pick the webs that are scattered around, and then go deep inside the cave to beat the spider boss. It will gonna give you the spider skin. And in case you want more, you can just get out and then go back in. And then the boss will automatically respawn so that you can get more spider skin. So now we can now craft our spider bow. So all you need to do is just to put the cobweb and spider skin on the spider workbench and then click this spider bow, and there you go. Also, you need the iron arrow and then cobweb, this one, in order to craft this spider arrow. Okay, so let's test this spider bow and let's see. Okay, first, you actually do not need to equip the arrow. The arrow can just stay in your inventory. And as you see, if you read the description, it says, slow down the enemy's next move. In other words, if you press the heavy attack of the bow, press F, you'll notice that it will create a web. Anyone who step on this web will be slowed down. Well, unfortunately, the slowdown effect will not do any damage. If you want to do a damage, you need to use the normal attack. Next is the pretty bow that you can craft it from the pretty workbench. It requires purple ore, chaos ore, and then the gorilla fur, which you can find all of them inside the chaos cave. So first, by hitting this chaos ore using your chaos axe or any axe, it will gonna give you this chaos ore here. Now, that should be enough. Another requirement are the purple ore, which you can obtain it by defeating this corrupt lizard. This little guy here, and that will gonna give you a purple ore and a couple of and some wonder berry. There you go, that should be enough. Now, the next thing that you need are a couple of gorilla fur, which once again you can obtain them on this cave. The entrance of the gorilla is in the bottom left of this cave. So you can just keep going to the bottom left until you go here. And once you enter, just beat these two gorillas and they will drop a gorilla fur. Okay, we got 3 of them, and then another 3. Now, if you want more gorilla fur, you can just get out and re-enter the area. The gorilla will respawn. So yes, we have the required items. We can just click our pretty workbench and then craft. Put the items inside first, of course, and then craft our pretty bow. And of course, we need a pretty arrow, which is required purple ore and then iron arrow. Okay, so as you see here, it says deals stun damage by the bow's attack power. It means both the heavy and normal attack of pretty bow do not deal an actual damage. Instead, it deals a feint damage, the same damage done when you are using a club. In other words, if you just want to knock down your opponent, then pretty bow is a good choice. Now, the next one is, you can find it here in the wing workbench. It's no other than the wing bow. So first, it needs a hardwood, which is you can obtain it by chopping trees here in the purple zone. That will gonna give you a hardwood. Okay, that should be enough for now. We have a lot, our 274 hardwood. And the other requirement is feather, that like I said, you can obtain it by killing a bird or killing the turkey here on the highland map or here in the dark green zone here. Now the third requirement is gold. Okay, so first, in order to craft a gold ingot, you need to go and get the gold ore here. So just go inside, hit some of the gold node, and then you can craft them into a gold bar. And there you go, that should be enough. So now we can go back to our base. You need to go to your furnace, put this here, and then craft a gold ingot. There you go. And then we can now go back once again to the wing workbench to craft our wing bow. And there you go. So first, we also need to get our iron arrow here and then put it here in order to craft our wing arrow, which it requires a wool. Now, in case you're wondering where to get a wool, you can get them if you have a breeding farm of a sheep. They will automatically produce a wool. Now in case you don't have this, you can go back to these areas here and then find a sheep. By beating a sheep, you will of course automatically get a wool. These sheeps here, there you have it. So put the wool here and then craft this. Okay, there you go. So now let's test it, and just press F to activate the auto attack, I mean the heavy attack. And I would say that the effect of the skill is really great. It's like the skill of some of the MMORPG games. And it can also hit a lot of targets. It's now time to craft the strongest bow of the game. No other than the Chaos Bow, which you can craft it of course from the Chaos Workbench. This one, which is it require hardwood, chaos ore, and then chaos vine. All of them can be obtained in the purple zone. Mine this chaos ore to get a chaos ore of course. Chop these purple trees to get the hardwood, and just gather this purple vine to get a vine. So we're just gonna put this inside the chaos workbench inventory and then craft our favorite bow. And there you go. Next is of course we need the chaos arrow, which is like I said, it once again require the iron arrow. So we're just gonna get our iron arrow and then put it here plus this chaos ore. As you see, it is a long range and everything on its way will be hit, and it has the ability to dismember every enemy on its path. It's indeed a chaos bow. Okay, so now there are few things to keep in mind. First, you can actually equip your bow and arrow while you are using your shield. You can still use the heavy attack by pressing F. Second, if you have multiple arrows in your inventory, it will use the arrows that is located in the far left of your inventory, which is on this case, it's the chaos arrow. If I put this wing arrow in the far left, it will be the one to be consumed. Another thing to keep in mind is that you need to use the same type of arrow and bow in order to trigger their heavy attack. For example, a chaos arrow for chaos bow or a wind arrow for wind bow. In this case, it's a wing bow and chaos arrow, and as you see, they are different type, so I cannot trigger the heavy attack. Next, female native can equip a bow. Just open her equipment and then put the bow on her equipment. She will gonna use it even if you don't put an arrow on her inventory. Remember, she has no arrow. And there you go. And like I said, there is no arrow on her inventory or equipment. The weirdest thing is that if I go and pick the pig, I can also get a wood arrow. So you can use this logic to farm arrow if you want. You see that? But of course, some of you might say wood arrow is kinda useless. I mean, yeah, that must be right. So if you want her to use a different arrow, just put an arrow on her inventory, not on her equipment. Okay. So first, there is a 100 chaos arrow on her inventory. So we'll see what will happen. So there's a frog here. Oh, there you go. So she just killed the bird. Now, if you look back at her inventory, she did not use it. But if you look at the arrow, it's clearly a chaos arrow, but she did not use it. In other words, we can now pick this up, and there you go. You have a free chaos arrow. Now I will gonna put one arrow on her inventory. And oh, that was 2, right? That's 2. So it should give me 2 arrow. Now 2 arrow. There you go. Because if you remember correctly, the effect of this chaos arrow, it has a chance, 25% chance, to shoot at 2 arrows at the same time. Okay, that's all for now. Thank you for watching.